I'm trying something new this year that I might switch back from. You know, I do my monthly affirmation thing where I write down a different affirmation, or I record it rather, and then I play it back to myself over and over again for the coming month, and that's sort of my focus affirmation. And I have a whole bank of affirmations that I also play, but I just give priority to the most recent one that I recorded. Well, I'm trying to kick it into overdrive a little bit. Not overdrive, but I'm going to do them twice as fast, or I'm going to add a new affirmation every 2 weeks this year, until, if it seems like I'm being overwhelmed and I'm not really focusing on improving any of these individual aspects of my life, I will go back to just doing them once a month, because that's very manageable. But my affirmation for these coming 2 weeks is I am warm. I am warm. Of course, the stuff that you put down as your affirmation is the stuff that you'd like to work on more, so obviously that indicates I haven't always felt like I'm a particularly warm person. And some people would hear that and be like, what? And some people would think, well, I mean, obviously you have those dead eyes, you have that monotone voice, you always look like you're hanging your head whenever you're sitting anywhere. Some of that stuff I have no control over, but I would really like at least my personality, if my body can't catch up to it, to sort of exhibit that level of warmth. Because I think warmth it's the way that you really influence people at the end of the day. I think there's some level to which intimidation can play a role sometimes. I just read a great book called Winning Through Intimidation. And I've been told that I'm intimidating a few times this past year, and I've been told it some years before, and I guess I just never took it very seriously that I was really coming across that way with people, because I don't view myself as intimidating, and I don't mean that in a positive way. I mean, I view myself as like a little scared mouse a lot of the time that's just like sitting there like begging for you to give me sort of your approval. But then maybe in a way, it's that sort of self-consciousness that prevents me from having that added layer of warmth when I'm interacting with people. You know, I'm so overly focused on what I'm saying, what I'm doing, how it's coming across, and am I getting my reward from you, which is your approval, that I sidestep the legitimate warmth aspect. It's interesting because I often think that if you just people please and kowtow to other people's desires, and give them, I talked about this when I was talking about Jimmy Fallon, give them all the positive feedback that you can, then that's the way to really being a comforting, virtuous person. But in fact, when you're playing that fake little game, it requires a level of conscious effort that gets you all in your head and keeps you from exhibiting your natural warmth. With all of my affirmations, the key word is natural. I think that I have a natural level of all of these things that I add to my bank, whether it's I am wealthy. I think I have a natural capacity to create wealth. I embrace challenge. I think that I do naturally embrace certain kinds of challenges. It's just about making that natural, to whatever degree it is true, just expanding that more and more. I do think that I, like just about everybody, I think that I have a natural level of warmth inside of me that I just cloud. In a way, I think that affirmations are just moving you toward your natural self more and more and more. The truest expression of yourself. There's a great and a really bitter way to look at when you see somebody exhibiting the attributes that you want. So like with warmth, I can look at somebody and really admire their warmth, and I can say, well, that's just because I'm jealous of it, because I'm not personally like that. But what I loved in The Solution to Social Anxiety by, I think, Aziz Gazipura is how you say his name. He says, actually, you can flip it to whatever you admire in somebody else that even you see lacking in yourself. It's something that's just sitting there dormant, waiting for you to give it its fullest expression. The fact that you're even inspired by that and want to embody it means that there's some part of you that already is that way. And it's just working on letting that guy shine more and more. I just really, really want to be warm and inviting and magnetic with people. It benefits me so much to have other people see me genuinely. And I think that warmth is the only real path to that. And it's going to require a lot of focus. I don't want to say effort, because when you strain and, make a lot of effort to be warm and inviting and stuff, people see through phoniness. Like all these affirmations, I think it is just about setting the intention and then just lightly pressing up against your limits until you are everything that you can be. I'm going to be toasty as a good old campfire.